The Lagos evening sun dipped into the Atlantic, casting a warm orange glow over the city's silhouette. Boats glided across the lagoon, and the distant hum of downfall buses blended with the call to prayer rising from a nearby mosque. In her elegant Ikoyi apartment, Sarah sat by the window, staring blankly at the horizon, a steaming cup of tea untouched beside her. 5 years of marriage. 5 long, confusing, soul-shifting years. She traced the rim of her mug, her thoughts drifting to the early days. Alex had been everything she dreamed of, confident, generous, and ambitious. He had met her after a church conference in Lekki, where he had come to pick up a friend. She remembered how his eyes sparkled with curiosity, how his laughter lit up their first dinner at Terra Culture. He wasn't a man of faith, but he respected hers, at first. The honeymoon phase was like a dream. Vacations in Seychelles, romantic dinners at Eco Hotel, late-night talks about building an empire together. But like a silk curtain gently revealing the window behind it, the truth began to show. Alex never joined her for morning devotions. He often rolled his eyes when she said she was fasting. And then came the mockery, subtle at first, then sharper. "You know the problem with you Christians," he once said after a heated argument about tithing. "You give your money to churches and expect miracles instead of working hard." Sarah had felt her heart sink. Not because he was wrong, she worked hard too, but because he didn't understand. Her faith wasn't a ritual. It was a lifeline. One stormy Thursday evening, as they drove along the flooded Sangota highway, wipers thudding against the windshield, Alex gripped the steering wheel tighter than usual. "Your faith is just a crutch, Sarah. You need to stop hiding behind it and start focusing on our business." The words felt like a dagger. That night, she cried in the bathroom, muffling her sobs with a towel as thunder roared outside. She felt alone even though he was just a wall away. The months that followed were a blur of strained silence and polite avoidance. Church became her sanctuary. She found herself staying longer after services, just to soak in the peace. Her pastor noticed. "Marriage is a yoke," he said gently during one counseling session. "But when it's unequal, one will always drag the other. It's not just about love, Sarah. It's about direction." Sarah nodded through tears. She had always believed love would conquer all. But what happens when love begins to feel like chains? At home, she tiptoed around her beliefs. She prayed silently. She listened to gospel songs with earphones. The laughter between them died, replaced by business meetings and bills. Even their shared dream of launching a tech-based logistics company in Yoba began to feel like another weight. One Sunday morning, while she dressed for church in her emerald Ankara gown, Alex glanced at her and said, "I hope your prayers today bring us more clients." She froze. Something inside her broke. Later that night, she sat on their balcony under the stars. Lagos shimmered below like a restless sea. She picked up her Bible and it opened to 2 Corinthians 6 verse 14, "Do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers." Her tears fell freely. She had tried. Oh, how she had tried. A week later, she attended a women's retreat in Badagry. There, amidst palm trees and the soothing whispers of ocean waves, she found clarity. The speaker, an older woman with silver hair and a voice like warm honey, shared her own story of walking away from a man who mocked her faith. "Sometimes," the woman said, locking eyes with Sarah, "you have to let go of what you love to hold on to who you are." Returning to Lagos, Sarah felt an unfamiliar peace. That night, over a quiet dinner, she spoke. "Alex, I need to say something. I love you. But I'm drowning. I can't keep pretending that we're okay. I feel like I've compromised everything that matters to me." He looked at her, stunned, fog frozen midair. "Are you saying you want a divorce?" "I'm saying I need to breathe. I need my faith back. I need me back." There was no shouting, no plates breaking. Just silence. And understanding. maybe even sadness. 3 months later, Sarah moved out. She found a modest but peaceful flat in Surrey, close to her church. Her mornings were filled with devotion and quiet joy. She enrolled in a theological course online and began mentoring young women in her church. The pain didn't vanish overnight. Sometimes she'd see something in the market that reminded her of Alex and feel her heart twist. But she also felt lighter. Freer. Oh. One evening, as she walked along the Lekikoi bridge, the sun setting once again over the water, she whispered a prayer of gratitude. Not for the heartbreak, but for the strength to walk away. For the courage to choose her soul over society's expectations. And she knew, deep in her spirit, that next time, if there ever was a next time, she would choose differently. Because love, no matter how intoxicating, should never cost you your peace.